Welcome to the Faker After Party. Today we're going to be talking about completely random things involving the most recent Faker video that I did. I tried making the video as short as possible. Alright, I'm just going to be yapping about things. For people that have been watching my previous videos, you would know that we have currently a Valentine's side story going on. Somebody asked me if they should confess on Valentine's or something, and then they said that they were going to meet them on Valentine's. So now we're in part 3. What happened at the Valentine's? Because it's been like a month. I didn't visit her that day because she was busy, but I went a week later. Okay, all right, what happened? Okay, yeah, keep going. We got lunch, went on a picnic, just you two together. Joe, reminisce on the old times. Okay, keep going. And then I asked her, would you hit me if I held your hand? Okay. And she said, probably. Fuck. And she didn't hit me. Wait, oh, you grabbed your hand anyways? Oh, we're back. We're so back. Yes, you're in. You're so in. But like, okay, so how did it end though? Like, did you set up another day for the next thing? Or like, we're going on a trip together over summer? Oh my god, guys, everybody take your shot. We have confirmed that that was indeed the answer. Oh, let's freaking go. You're so in. Congratulations. Take it slow, be yourself, but my god, that's a W. That was a part 3. Like, I don't even know if I want to know part 4 because then now we're getting into the intrusive portion of our vicarious life. Thank you for updating us on the part 3. It was a good ending. Congratulations. Why did somebody say Ash Ultimate landed in my YouTube chat? What's next for the channel? I'm getting there. All right, okay, now that we got that emotional storyline out of the way, today we'll be talking about the final Find Faker video. So if you haven't watched that, then the stream will probably not really make that much sense. So please watch that first before you watch this video / stream. Today we're going to be talking about like the behind the scenes regarding the making of the videos, everything extra that I want to talk about with the challenge as a whole. And then we're going to talk about what's next for the channel at the end. Let's get into it. This is my timeline for half of the video. There's a reason why I had to take an extended break because yeah, there's a lot I had to work on. I was originally going to make a second video with pretty much all the clips just like shoved into the video. Over 2 years and 2 months, there's obviously going to be a lot of clips I don't use. And let me tell you guys why I'm probably not going to do that anymore. So I checked the folder where I included every single like good play / clip I did over the 2 years. And I realized I had 1,808 clips. 1,800. Each clip is by default 45 seconds because that's my shadow play recording settings. If I just shove that all into one unedited video, do you know how long that would be? That would be 22.6 hours of pure gameplay footage. Even just watching this video is going to be a hassle. Just the thought of editing this footage, right? Because obviously like, I have to like cut the footage. At the very least, I have to watch 22 hours of gameplay to clip it, right? That's just how it works. So I'm like, yeah, no. I'm like, ain't no way I'm going to watch the 22 hours of pure gameplay. I want you guys to know just how like destroying in terms of the algorithm that would be for my channel. Imagine you have like a 22-hour video and then people watch like 15 seconds of it and goes like, oh, it's just clips. And then they clicked off. That's going to kill my channel. 100%. The retention rate will be so astronomically low. So I decided, yeah, I'm just not gonna do that. I just right-click the folder that has it. It's 347 gigabytes. We can all agree that I shouldn't make this into a video, right? But now we can talk about the actual video. I had no clue how to even make this video for the longest time, but luckily I had this. Boom. If you know what this is, you'll know what it is. But for those that don't know what they're looking at, this is pretty much the entire spreadsheet of the summary I used as a basis to make the video off of. Because I didn't know how long this challenge was going to take, I had like an Excel spreadsheet where I summarized every single day into this like Excel for 2 years. I would write down a quick summary of what happened, like notable things that happened. I put down the win rate, the losses, the wins, the games played, the timer, the time of day I played, everything. So that when I eventually had to make the video, I would have a really good like reminder. I can't even imagine how I was going to make a good video without making things up if I didn't have some kind of outline of what happened the entire time. I remember looking through some of these and I was like, wow, I just completely forgot this happened. And I can't even imagine if I didn't put this in the video because it was like a very important plot point. upload the spreadsheet? No. I tried to be as unfiltered with my thoughts at the time so that when I look back, I can see just how visceral my emotions were. I'm pretty sure there are some things I said that I don't really want anyone to know I said. You know? I didn't like say like any bad words. It was just very big amounts of tilt that you can tell. I was going like, why are my team so bad? Oh my freaking god. Yeah. I pretty much just skimmed through all of these notes I made. I got all the important details and just put like a timeline of everything that happened. These are the most important things that happened that I want to include in the video. And then from there, I made it even more focused. So I pretty much went through like 3 separate passes. And then from that summary, I went after removing all the things I thought were unnecessary or like not good for the video. What you see now is every single word I said in the final video. And this took a lot of time because I had to change a lot of words depending on the music I used because I really wanted the music to like perfectly match the ups and downs of the story. You know, all that stuff. I was pretty much writing like a book in YouTube content form so that it will be the easiest to follow over like 40 minutes. And just know I cut a lot. I think the original video was supposed to be like an hour and 20 minutes. It went down to 40 minutes. I really wanted it to not be that long. It felt like I was adding things that just wasn't necessarily relatable or relevant to the overall story arc, like the story progression, that I just got rid of it. And I feel like conciseness was a good option. You can even tell that I put like guides, right? I put like show faker, because this is where the music swelled. I put intentional delays and pauses for the sake of the story. I had to talk in this specific speed. I have to talk in this specific manner so that by the time I get to this portion of the script, there's like a very natural pause with the music. Every single timing was calculated down to like the literal beat of the music. I really value that kind of editing. There was a lot of times when Bard or like Spellbook, for example, got nerfed or buffed. That was like a big portion I cut off. But I found out that the nerfs and buffs that the champion and like the patches went through, it didn't directly affect my win rate overall. So like there was no correlation. There was no like cause and effect of anything like this happening. So like, it didn't make sense to include it. Like it just really didn't make any sense. It didn't fit anywhere in the overall story I wanted to tell without it just being there. So I eventually just got rid of that entire portion throughout the story. And also the history regarding the bar changes, I'm actually going to use that for a future video later in the year. But I'm not going to spoil what that is yet. Oh yeah, let's talk about the overall storytelling method I used. I really like stories when there's like a clear up and down, right? I feel like nobody likes a story that's just this, no? Where like the main character just has no consequences, like no pitfalls. They just like keep improving over time with no danger at all. Right? I wanted like something like this, right? This is way more entertaining where like there are times in the challenge where I definitely just screwed up or like I just couldn't do anything because like that's normal, right? Like, that's human. I can't go like, oh, I climbed 5 LP one day and I climbed 5 LP the next day, right? That's just really boring. I tried really hard to like be very human and natural. I was kind of lucky because I did experience a lot of very lows in the challenge, like just naturally. So I had a lot of things to choose from. I like made it a point to have like very clear parts of the video where it was kind of like relatable, right? I wanted people to be like, yeah, I also know what that feeling is like of just failing at everything. But I want you to know that if I talked about every single thing that happened in my life was actually like this. 2025 in terms of personal thing, it was here. Like it was bad. I didn't talk about any of this that happened in my real life because it was way too personal. I omitted a lot of things for the sake of the video. So yeah, next, let's talk about the music I used. I tried choosing the tone of each song specifically for that part of the video. I intentionally started with like kind of like a more hopeful, like cinematic kind of song. I don't even want to tell you guys the amount of freaking weeks I spent just listening to music. This is when the Twitch Korea happened where it was kind of like sad. The mood is just purely like downwards trend. After all the BS that happened in this year, the music was slowly starting to kick up. Now it's looking a bit hopeful, right? The title of this soundtrack was Champion Battle. And I thought having like Faker show up, right, in this portion was just perfect in terms of both the naming scheme and like the mood. I wanted the viewer to also feel what I felt, where it really felt like the end of the journey. Where after all these years of ups and downs, all of this like improvement and failures, it was kind of bittersweet getting to the end. And then this final music, this is the final music I used for the game. And the reason why I chose kind of like, it looks random, right? It's like a very random upbeat music. I intentionally chose this specific soundtrack because this is the video back in 2020 where I met Faker for the first time. So I thought that it would be like very fitting, right? Very full circle if I made the first soundtrack that I used as the final music I used for the challenge, right? You know what I mean? I really like stories that had this kind of like full enclosed loop. This was like the end of the game. I really wanted something very, very sentimental because it is over now. Like it's officially over. No matter what happens, this is the end, right? This is the end of the video. This music called Birth was the best one I could choose. Even though it's the end of the challenge, it's not really the end. It's just the start of something else. This is some good stuff. Do you organize these songs in your file by mood? Oh, let me show you actually. I know you guys know that I am a really big spreadsheet enjoyer, but here you go. I will show you guys my secret song spreadsheet right here. Here is every single song I used in a video for the last 5 years. Every single song. And the reason why I had this spreadsheet is so I don't reuse songs too fast. This is here so that if I ever need to reuse the song, I can easily find it. For 1 year, I tried not to reuse the same song for any reason because I don't want to get that like subconscious thought that maybe they already watched the video and click off. I never talked about this, huh? If I do my job properly, you guys will never know about it kind of thing. So yeah, just keep that in mind. I pay so much close attention to audio related things. You can bet that every single transition was on a beat. Every single time like the scene changed, it was on the beat of the music. I value subtle editing way more than like very big drastic editing. I just think that it kind of brings everything together. I talked about how this challenge video was supposed to be my last video, right? The Can You Beat League of Legends Without Being Seen video. This wasn't the first challenge video I worked on. And the moment that this video blew up, it made all those other videos blow up as a result. I did try challenge videos before, but none of them worked. Like to the extent where I was like, this will work out in the future, right? I don't know how this video even like popped off so hard from the algorithm after like multiple attempts where I tried and it didn't work the same way. I don't know how it got so big, but it did. And that's kind of the reason why I'm here now. It was just complete luck. So yeah, I can only be happy. I feel like I got most of the main points from the video done. There were tons of ups and downs, but yeah, that's kind of it. Cool. Now that we have officially concluded this 2-year-long saga, let's wrap this up with talking about my future plans. A lot of you guys have been asking, now that you found Faker, like what's next? I'm here to tell you, right now, I have some videos in mind. I'll be honest, I never want to do a challenge as long as this ever again. Dude, the official video is 40 minutes long, and it took 2 years to make. The amount of views I'm getting on it aren't good enough to sustain me in the long run at all. I can't keep doing 2-year-long challenges like this ever again. At the start of the challenge, I honest to God thought that this was going to take like a few months at max, right? I was like, oh yeah, a few months, I can do that. Twitch Korea happened. All my random life stuff happened where my life just sucked. I wanted number 1, get better at art. And I wanted number 2, get my variety channel more popping. It's just fun to have some kind of direction or something to work for in life.